Good morrow. Why did I say that? Yes, good morrow, guys. Good morrow, guys. That sounds so stupid. The first time I said that, I said I should stop, but I feel like it's very fun to. It's. I feel much more fine saying good morrow than hello. For some reason, it feels much more chill. Good morrow, guys. Okay, in the further episodes, let's just continue on with the good morrow. Okay, what happened when I last left off? Oh yeah, they were at my house and stuff. I ate charcoal and stuff from Sayaka's attempt on cooking. So we're at school again, and with just some spare time, we arrived here, and that's the first though. Sayaka Hinekari keep close to my side. So very close. I practically feel the stares of my classmates. Classmates, the looks ranging from resentful to jealous. I can't imagine what they must think of this whole situation. Hey, look, guys. Nani? Do you really have to stay so close to me? I appreciate what you're doing and all, but I think I'll be fine in school. As long as you're at least close by, I should be fine, right? And I think it'd be hard for a monster to get this close to me in the class without at least having caused some sort of commotion beforehand. Hikari falls silent. She narrows her eyes into a glare and folds her arms together, tossing her head to the side. Yeah. She storms over to her desk and drops into the chair, her eyes straight forward, leaving me and Sayaka together. Did I upset her? Oh, flip. Ah! Wait, if I click, I'm so confused. I don't think she realized how scary the sound that sounded, coupled with her usual grin. Yes, you have. Yes, please ease up during school. Thank you. Let us sigh. They're finally starting to listen to reason, if only a little. The bell sounds, signifying the start of class. I pass by a disgruntled Hikari on the way to my desk. She doesn't even look my way. Harsh. Just, want some space. The morning classes pass by in the blink of an eye. The lunch break soon arriving. I stand up and let out a yawn. Only to find I'm not alone. Come on, guys. We talked about this. And as if the conversation this morning had ever happened, I find both my guardians standing around me, obviously to my irritation. I'm going to get my own lunch. You guys don't need to be glued by my side. Go do your own thing, or whatever. I don't know. Something. Anything. I feel like you two have been pretty much attached to me since I first met you yesterday. Some breathing room would be nice. I really am grateful that they're here. Otherwise, I might have met a girl recently and yesterday. But this is the borderline stalking. I'm not even going to bring up on how they camped outside and then proceed to break into my house. Never had to attend what? She's never been to school? Just where did these two come from? The more I talk to her, the more she makes herself sound like an alien.
じゃあね、ケンタ。ちょっと行ってくるね。ピンチになったら死なないうちに叫んでね。
Yeah, try not to die. And like that, she marches off, humming a happy tune. Hikari follows in her wake, but not before giving me an last icy look. I can almost feel my shoulder begin to frost. Like, what the heck? That suddenly, gosh dang, this game has. I don't know if the installation had a problem or the game just has bugs. Sudden no transition on the. I have so much problem with this. Well, I did it. I somehow convinced them to give me some peace, for the time being anyway. But now what? First and foremost, I should probably try not to forget about lunch again. Otherwise, I might just kill over and have finished the job for whatever dark forces that are lurking out there. I head to the cafeteria. The cafeteria is, as you would expect during lunchtime, completely packed. Not in the image, that is. Throngs of students take up what little walking space might have existed between the tables, equally as populated. I stand my ground gradually work my way past the crashing waves of students that impede my path. Of course, getting food will never be so simple. Eventually, I work my way to the front of the line and approach the counter. Naturally, after all the students before me, there was a very little in the way of choice. I guess it's either this sandwich or this other sandwich. Neither of them which seemed amazingly appetizing. Whatever. Anything will do after how much food I've missed out on. Cheap, bland sandwich in hand, I give a look over the tables. Like before, they're all pretty packed. Though, I do see one fairly empty table at the far end, with a familiar someone happily digging away at their lunch. Even from the distance, I can tell it's Sayaka. Her vibrant brown hair instantly distinguishable from everyone else's. I don't see Hikari anywhere in sight. They must have decided to do their own thing for the break. I guess if I want to sit down here to eat, Sayaka's table is the only choice. But do I really want to eat here? It's too noisy. I can't hardly even think. She hasn't noticed me either, completely absorbed in the demolition of her food. Maybe I can slip away to the roof, for no doubt it'll be more peaceful. Yes. Is my safety important? Is my safety important? Or is my food important? Last time it was so nice. I wanna head to the roof. As I said, I never had a chance. In reality, I'm very jealous of people who have this kind of roofs, and I really love. I'm gonna head to the roof. Hope I don't die. The roof it is. It's just too noisy here, and I get a feeling sitting with Sayaka will only make things worse. Exactly. I sneak past her and head for the stairwell. Though it wasn't exactly difficult with now into her food she was. The higher I scale the stairs, the more quiet my surroundings become, until eventually the bustling of racket of students softens to a dull mumble below. Peace at last. I emerge out onto the rooftop. A gentle breeze graces my face as the sun shines high in the near cloudless sky. It's perfect out here. Yes, I wish I had a school like this. Man, it would be awesome. An empty rooftop, just only seems I wasn't the only one that had decided to come up here. I had a feeling Hikari would be here. I was right. Hikari stands at the edge of the rooftop, facing outwards as she peers down at the countless of people. Given how intently she seems to be analyzing them, I can only guess that she seeks keeping guard. I have to admire her dedication towards this whole thing. I actually do feel pretty safe knowing she's this serious about it all. She's so absorbed in what she's doing. I don't think she's even noticed me yet. Making no real effort to conceal myself, I close up right behind her. Still nothing. She smiles away. I reach out and give a gentle tap to her shoulder. Yo. She jumps a good several feet into the air at my touch and lets out an ear-piercing scream. Uh, a bit of an overreaction, maybe? Or am I just that scary? I hand to her chest as if it keep her heart from breaking free. She spins around to face me. Her stern expression softens a little as she realizes it's me, but only a little. She seems pretty mad.
ケンタ、驚かさないで。あなたを切り刻むところだったわ。
Okay. Frazzle me. What? You didn't frazzle. I scrubbed at the back of my head with a grin. I really did spook her. My bad. But you seem miles away. Keeping guard? Her eyes flicker back to where she was watching for a moment.
そうね。学校は安全だと思っていても、いつ敵が襲ってくるかわからないわ。
Okay. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
問題ないわ。学校の安全のためにしてることよ。あなたのためじゃないんだから。
So cute! This is why I love Chinderis. This can't. This is amazing. Oh, I'm so happy I went through a rooftop. Her Chinderiness is just makes me so happy. Her face goes an interesting shade of pink. It doesn't take much to fluster her, huh? Right. I get it.
さやかや私は人前で魔法を使うことはないけれど、シャドウたちはそうじゃない。すでに一度昼間にあなたを襲ったわ。
Yes. They did try to attack me in broad daylight.
すべてを知っているわけではないけれど、すでに私たちの知識や経験に反したことが起きた。
I just. Ooh, I hate every time I do that. I just want to keep them talking instead, but the dialogues don't auto-load itself. And could you just load everything? Not in. She sighs dramatically and turns to resume watch over the school. I open my mouth to maybe say something to her, but a low rumbling sound cut me short. Wait, what's it on the auto again? Oh, Hikari?
Nani yo?
She answers without turning around, her ears clearly burning. It wasn't difficult to discern what the sound was, given that I saw no sign of any lunch out here at all. Have you, not had lunch yet? Silence. I think I hit the nail on the head.
だってカフェテリアはうるさいし汚いし、さやかはよくあんなところで食事ができるわ。
Well, Sayaka, you know her very well.
それに他にすべき重要なことだってある。
Are you really going to be able to fight on an empty stomach, though?
もちろんよ。私を誰だと思って。
Her stomach growls again, arguing against her words. Could they not make a growling noise on the stomach? Is that really hard?
そうね。ちょっとお腹が空いてるかもしれない。
I hope I brought
でも
more
あんな
snacks.
汚いところに行く気はないわ。
That's a spit. This feels like a school. Yeesh. I know that place can get pretty packed sometimes, but she's making out to be something far worse. She really can't deal with crowds, I guess. I unwrap the sandwich I had almost forgotten about and take a bite out of it. Not wanting to forget about lunch completely myself, Hikari watches me intently and I take several more bites, her eyes flickering to the sandwich every now and again. Could I want to give her food? I feel so bad. I can practically see the hunger in her eyes. I stop mid-bite and offer the sandwich in her way, since I'm beginning to feel terrible for eating in front of her. Exactly. Just say the guilt is hitting me as well, man. And I think if I don't, she might just snatch it out of my head at any moment anyway. Do you want some? I can split it if you want. Her mouth hangs open and her brow furrows in concentration, as if to seriously consider it. I swear, she's almost drooling at this point. Oh, so cute! She becomes her decision with an abrupt and turns her head to the side, her hair whipping along with it. I should have just expected that.
バカ 私があなたの食べかけを食べなきゃならないのよ。そんなことするくらいなら餓死した方が。
The sound of her stomach. Her stomach beckons for food.
いいわ。じゃあちょっとだけ。
So cute. This thing in its appreciation on Cinderis. I just can't. I break off half before she snatches it away with reluctance.
ありがとうって言っとくわ。
Are you supposed I'm just so happy there's Cinderis in this game. You can have traps or Cinderis, and I'm very happy. The regular stuff is just not cool anymore. I don't feel it anymore. I don't think she's used to saying something like that. We're finally making progress. I can't help but smile.
ニヤニヤしないでよ。何考えてるか知らないけど、どうせエッチなことでも考えてるんでしょ？
What? No, I'm just happy that she says with a snarl before she violently rips a chunk of the sandwich away with her teeth. Good?
まあね、悪くはないわ。どうして私が学園に戻らなくちゃ。
The academy? What? She stops herself, her eyes widening some. Oh, you said the academy. I think she almost let us slip something there. I really wish they weren't so secretive about all this stuff. The academy, huh? なんでもない。But I'm pretty sure I heard...
何も言ってない。
Okay, sure. Yikes. Despite her small frame, whenever she uses that commanding voice of hers, I feel about the size of a mouse before her. I guess it's no use on pushing her for more information, unless I want to end up like Dan Monster from before. Okay, I didn't hear anything. It must have been the wind or something. She sighs as she gives her hair a toss, the anger leaving her as suddenly as it had built.
別に秘密にしたくて黙ってるわけじゃないのよ。
So, it's not just for mystery, it's for my safety? Could have fooled me.
難しい話じゃなくてね。私たちが守っている限り、あなたをこっちに引きずり込むことはないわ。こんな人生誰にも送らせたくない。
Her expression darkens. Her mouth still works. Yet her mouth still works. The majority of her half of the sandwich is already gone. I'm not even sure if she realizes she's eating it at the moment. She spends a good moment of two debating something in her head before she finally looks up at me with serious eyes.
どうする？もしもあなたが。
A group of chatty students emerge onto the roof from the stairs, lunches in hand. Hikari climbs up at the sight of them and turns back to her guard post.
なんでもない。
No! Stupid! No! No! Stupid other students! Stupid other students, man! You ruined the moment! Gosh damn it! If you say so. It sure looked important, since I don't think I've ever seen her give me that serious look before. Just my luck that all of the times people would have chosen it here, it would have been to be now. Any semblance of conversations we may have had before is well and truly dashed now. She seems a lot more reserved in the presence of other people. Plus, I guess what we were discussing wasn't exactly appropriate for their ears.
サンドイッチ、とても美味しかったわ。
Oh, we got okay. Huh? I didn't catch that.
なんでもない。
The lunch break soon comes to an end. We were whisked back to class. The rest of the school day goes by fairly normally. No crazy attacks, no monsters. I still can't shake the feeling something is watching me though. Someone. Another day down, another walk home. The more danger this is, the more chance of me dying. My two guardians by my side. They seem noticeably more tense compared to last night. After how close that fight was, I really don't blame them. We're lucky she didn't pursue us back then, or that could have been it for me. No, it would have spelled the end for everyone. I just wish I had powers or more answer to the secrecy. The journey back is silent, both the girls' face mirroring each other in a look of sheer determination. They seem to ready to spring into action the slightest sign of danger, so I don't want to break their concentration with mindless small talk. Gradually, the sun sets on our route ahead, the streetlights flickering to life overhead one by one. Great. The more the shadows begin to creep in all around us, the more tense I can feel myself become. I come to a stop. Something doesn't feel right. I feel something. There it is again. I knew it, the headache. The damn headache, out of nowhere. Wait, hasn't there always been a pattern with these headaches? They don't usually happen during the day unless... Damn it, it's Yuzuki. Of course. We walk right into it. I really need to start trying to find a new route home. A sultry laugh drifts from out of the darkness, a sultry laugh drifts from out of the darkness, causing both the girls to assume offensive positions. It could only be one person. That big boobed Sistine looking like... She really does look like Sistine from Akshai Records. Very much. Yeah. But with bigger boobs. Obsidian wings, with unfurled from amidst the night sky, and the amber-dyed adversary from before makes her presence known in the storm of black feathers. Oh, what words! What was her name? Yuzuki. Yeah, I really need to remember their names. I guess it doesn't matter. Names mean nothing right now, since she's just trying to murder me. She has a maniacal look in her eyes. A killer glint. Much like before, she isn't here to play around. There's only one thing she's after. Me. Light floods. What the heck was that delayed? Was that supposed to happen? Her delayed disappearance? This game needs... It looks like it was rushed. It's a good game, really. It just seems a bit... There's a lot of things wrong with it. Light floods in and dispels the darkness for only a moment as the pair don their battle gear weapons at hand. Right. I know how this works, okay? Not needing to be told twice, I sprint a good distance from the three girls so as not to get caught up in any crossfire. But are they going to be able to win? Yuzuki hardly broke a sweat last night and was able to keep both of them at bay at once with that side of hers. The difference in power was just about too much. Not to mention my guardians have so serious issue with working together as a team. Last night was a complete disaster. I fear we might have to take another tactical retreat, and I'm not sure if I have the stomach for it. Yuzuki lands gracefully before Sayaka and Hikari, an unsettling grin spreading from ear to ear on her face. Could they make her look even more scary? Because she doesn't look that scary. Her dark wings erupt into a stream of feathers which reform into a deadly sight within her hands. Hikari? Hikari nods and lunges. Okay, let's go to this action pace. Hikari nods and lunges for Yuzuki before she can make the first move. Sayaka kicks off to the ground and flies a good deal backwards as she readies an arrow in her bow. Am I witnessing team play here? Wow, it certainly makes a change after last night's disaster. It's not all useless. Yuzuki reacts like lightning and brings her sight to a whirl, clashing with Hikari's sword. A shockwave bursts through the streets as the two weapons collide, shattering nearby glass and warping the street signs, a testament to just how strong these girls are. I'm beginning to see shades of last night's fight. Yuzuki has advantage in terms of brute strength, so she'll no doubt push back against Hikari's blade. But Hikari doesn't seem nervous at all. In fact, she seems confident.
光よ、前へ。
The light come forward. Hikari stands her ground. The clash with gritted teeth and her sword gives off a vibrant glow at her command. A glow that continues to intensify until it engulfs the clashing pair in a blinding light. I'm forced to shield my eyes with my arm, as if I were staring at the sun itself. If it was bad enough for me at this distance, I can imagine how bad it must have been for both of them. From the safety of my sleeve, I peer back at the battle, the light fading slightly. It seems Yuzuki wasn't expecting that at all, as she's reeling back from it all, a hand to her face.
何の真似？
Nanomane.
光、避けて。
Hikari duck. Why? I'm not even gonna tell what I noticed, but sure. Sayaka let loose. They just repeated the image then. They're pretty sad. Sayaka let loose the arrow she'd been charging since the pair had clashed. It rockets off with an unreal speed, leaving a trail of glimmering sparks in its wake as it homes in on Yuzuki. Hikari pulls back at Sayaka's voice and ducks to just barely avoid the arrow coming in her way. Did she hit her? It's a direct hit! The arrow bursts upon the impact and sends Yuzuki's sight skidding backwards as she desperately tries to keep upright. Finally, it doesn't end here though. Hikari hops to her feet and charges into a follow-up attack while Yuzuki is trying her best to recover from the arrow. Oh, finally, a freaking scene from her, but did they have to show the panties? Like, really? Still sings as Hikari kicks off to the ground and goes for a crushing blow to the head. Her thighs are pretty big. I'm noticing a lot of things right now. This should be it. I can't see how she'll escape from Hikari's blade now. The ground under my feet gives off a quake as she lands. A good half of the road splits under her blade and chunks of concrete rain everywhere. It was a devastating attack to be sure. Surely no one could have survived a blow like that. But Hikari is just bewildered as I am. The dark girl is nowhere to be seen. A single black feather drifts down from where she once stood. Just vanished. A sinister giggles echoes from the shadows. Did Yuzuki? She's so fast. Teleport? Or is she just so fast that he couldn't keep up? Hikari bolts up at the second and shoots Sayaka a frenzied look. Look. Uh-oh, Sayaka! Something glimmers from out of the darkness behind her and then lashes out with a vicious swing. Sayaka just barely reacts in time, jumping to avoid a fatal slash. At least, I thought that she had avoided it. Wow. I thought it's gonna be bloody, but the only bloody here is my nose. Kia. There's a sudden burst and Sayaka lets out the shriek. Okay, this game is 100%. I don't know why I expected anything. I guess I looked at the freaking game developers and I know what they do, but I shouldn't have expected so much. She herself looks unharmed, but a good portion of her outfit is in tatters. Fragments of what used to be her outfit rain down from above, and truly dies by the mad girl's sights. I mean, it's horrible. There's hardly anything left of her outfit. From where I'm standing, I can practically see... Huh? I lost track of what I was thinking about there. I can practically see... sorry. Bite bad. Damage terrible. Okay, I'm back on track. This is insane. If she had reacted just a fraction of a second slower, her outfit wouldn't have been the only thing cut to a ribbon by that attack. Though I thought Yuzuki seemed bad before, but if anything tonight she seemed even more stronger. Or is it just all in my head? The pair learned from their mistakes the previous night and devised something almost resembling teamwork tonight to try and put an end to her, but she hits back twice as hard anyway. Sayaka and Hikari had given it all, their all, and this monster still has the upper hand. I wonder if they have any tricks left. I suppose I should put more faith in my guardian angels, even if things look dire right now. They're usually trained for this kind of intense battles and must have at least something to fall back on. Something that I hope doesn't involve flying again. I really don't want to fly again. At this point, I'll take my chance with Yuzuki. Sayaka hugs herself in an effort to recover up, her face flushed with embarrassment. It doesn't matter, Sayaka. I can just fight. I don't care. But I can imagine being convenient at all during a fight, especially not the one as serious as this. Feel like I shouldn't be watching this, but this is an important fight. I can't afford to take any eyes off, or something like that. It's just. Don't you have any extra clothes, like just magical clothes, with what should be a fairly troubling scene for her partner? Hikari actually seemed more annoyed than anything as she rushes over. She stomps her foot and scolds her half-naked partner. That seemed like a rather bizarre way to treat someone in such a state. Oh, I knew it. Eh? She can? So, why has she been acting like she has... this is... the comedic lines again. There's another flash and her outfit is restored to what it once was. Huh. It really was that easy. I totally forgot. Wow, I totally forgot. Hikari hoists her sword onto her shoulder and lets out a sigh, a dangerous vein just faintly visible on her forehead. Yeah, leaving the door. Oh, so wait a minute. Bonk. Hikari wraps her on the head. What is even... So wait a minute. You purposely not locked it? Guys, aren't you forgetting something? I mean, it's not like you're in the middle of a fight or anything. Wait, that's the point. Yuzuki could have torn these two up while they were arguing. Where did she go after that attack? As I suddenly realizing this fact as well, the both girls jump into serious mode, if that's even really possible, and assume offensive stance once more. I think she's behind me. I'm beginning to grow uneasy. I instinctively throw a glance over my shoulder, only to be met with a maniacal smile. I knew it. She was behind me. You! She's right behind me. How did she manage that? Then, again, I guess it probably wasn't that difficult a feat with how distracting my supposed guardians can get. I stumble backwards with a grasp, just narrowly avoiding her. Outstretched grasp as she reaches for me with a lip. I'm gonna die. The dark girl winces and her shoulders sinks. It seems like she barely any strength left, as she just barely keeps hold of her sight, limply at her side. Maybe the combined attack before was more effective than I thought, and it finally all caught up to her, her energy reserves well and truly spent. This was probably her last-ditch attempt to get me. I'm lucky I turned around when I did. That was so close. She gives me a narrow glare as she staggers back a few steps. My bodyguard is catching up to me. Amber eyes full of hatred, she shifts her gaze to Sayaka and Hikari. It's your retreat night. Why me? Something to play with? She begins to sink back into the shadows, giving off another devious laugh despite her limping retreat. The last part of what she said worries me. Something to play with.
どこにだってついてってあげるわ。ここで戦いを終わらす。光、どうせ間に合わぬ。
He carried, discards her partner's advice, and blazes forward, sword at the ready. It seems like her blade is just about to connect with Yuzuki before she can make her escape, but something suddenly whips out, as if appearing out of nowhere, and takes Ikari off her feet, hoisting her high into the air. A thick, slimy appendage. A tentacle? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A tentacle? Well, too sad. I guess you guys will have to wait. This cliffhanger is very cliffhanger. You already know a tentacle happens in anime. What could it be? Find out next time on Sakura Angels, probably episode 5 of this Let's Play. Thank you guys for watching. It has been Nif playing Sakura Angels. You just have to wait for more, some fan service next episode, I guess. So it is time for me to say goodbye for today. Bye bye.